Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 60b-5 offers a nuanced pathway for parties seeking relief from a court judgment under 3 specific circumstances. This rule is quintessential for ensuring that the execution of justice remains fair, flexible, and responsive to new developments or fulfillments post-judgment. Understanding each scenario under Rule 60b-5 is essential for legal practitioners and the parties involved. The first scenario under Rule 60b-5 is when the judgment has been satisfied, released, or discharged. This applies when the obligations imposed by the judgment have been fully met, rendering the continuation of its enforcement unnecessary or unjust. For instance, if a monetary judgment is paid in full, including any applicable interest, the party against whom the judgment was enforced can seek to have the judgment officially recognized as satisfied. This prevents any future legal disputes over the same issues covered by the judgment. The second scenario addresses situations where the judgment is based on an earlier judgment that has been reversed or vacated. Legal decisions are often interlinked, with one judgment resting upon the foundation established by a previous one. If an appellate court reverses or vacates the earlier judgment, it may invalidate the foundation of the subsequent judgment. Rule 60b-5 permits parties to seek relief from such dependent judgments, ensuring that the legal consequences of a case are consistent with the current state of the law and facts. The third and final scenario enables a court to relieve a party from a judgment when applying it prospectively is no longer equitable. This principle acknowledges that certain judgments have ongoing effects that must be periodically reassessed in light of new circumstances. For example, judgments that require continuous compliance over time, such as certain injunctions or orders in family law, may become impractical or unfair due to significant changes in conditions or law. This aspect of Rule 60b-5 ensures that the law adapts to evolving realities, maintaining justice and fairness in its enforcement. To successfully invoke relief under Rule 60b-5, the party seeking modification or dissolution of the judgment bears the burden of demonstrating that their situation fits within one of these 3 specific grounds. This typically involves not only proving the change in circumstance or fulfillment of the judgment's requirements but also showing that modification or termination of the judgment is justified and equitable under the circumstances. The court's discretion under Rule 60b-5 is guided by principles of equity and fairness, aiming to balance respect for the finality of judgments with the recognition that situations change, potentially rendering the continued application of a judgment unjust. However, the application of this rule is not automatic. Courts carefully scrutinize requests for relief under Rule 60b-5 to ensure they are warranted. In so doing, they take into account legal precedents, the specific circumstances of the case, and the interests of justice. In essence, Rule 60b-5 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure represents a critical mechanism for ensuring that court judgments remain just and equitable over time. By allowing for modifications or relief under specific conditions, it maintains the delicate balance between the finality of legal decisions and the dynamism of real-life circumstances, ensuring that the law serves its ultimate purpose of fairness and justice. Thanks for joining us today. Remember, what you learned today is for informational purposes and should not be considered as legal advice. If you found our content helpful, consider subscribing to our channel for more legal explainers like this one.